find out what the rest of the WNBA is going to do in terms of popularity.
Yep.
You've been saying up and down that, whether tacitly or directly, that, she's getting too much shine, even though we respect and what have you. We deserve our shine. Well, now's a perfect opportunity for you to prove that. If not, acknowledge her impact on the financial aspects that she brings to the table, adopt the mentality that a rising tide lifts all boats, and learn to have an elevated level of appreciation for what she has brought to the game and assist her in making the league even more profitable.
Just when it looked like the WNBA had finally figured it out, finally ready to ride Caitlin Clark's rocket ship straight into cultural relevance and real money, they went and tripped over their own shoelaces. Scratch that. They didn't trip. They face-planted. Because Caitlin Clark, the league's one-woman ratings machine, the only player keeping those turnstiles spinning, is now out for the season.
They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now, the young white girl comes along and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is, grow up.
The reaction? Instant chaos. Fans furious. Talk shows lit up. And Stephen A. Smith? Oh, he's practically levitating with rage. He's calling out the league, the refs, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, and yes, Angel Reese, who's once again in the middle of drama, this time conveniently heard just as the spotlight gets too hot.
But you have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese. And you will always be picked apart, unfortunately.
She knows this social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant young lady. She's very smart, very accomplished. And on top of it all, she is in this age where she does know social media exists, and she has exploited it to her advantage. And so when you take that into consideration, that means you're mindful of the imagery and the perception that you're assisting in creating about yourself.
Let's pause. Caitlin Clark turned women's basketball into must-see TV. Before her, watching a random WNBA game was something only diehards bragged about. With her, people canceled dinner plans to catch her logo threes. She made it cool. She made it national. And what did the league do in response? They ran her into the ground.
Unfortunately, though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson: be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post: Caitlin Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword: shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons.
The first to explode over this fiasco was Stephen A. Smith. While others mumbled polite well wishes, ESPN's loudest voice went nuclear. He torched the refs, slammed the league, and called out players jealous of Clark's spotlight. Smith didn't tiptoe, he bulldozed. At last, someone said the hard truth out loud.
Fanatics also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do.
Stephen A. didn't just comment, he staged a trial. He laid out the league's failures like evidence: executives out of touch, refs ignoring assaults, and Angel Reese adding chaos. His challenge was blunt: without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA collapses. Numbers prove it, emotions confirm it.
Thanks to Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year, according to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319% from the year earlier.
Look at the numbers. Games with Clark averaged 1.17 million viewers, without her, barely 394,000. That isn't a dip, it's a collapse. Still, Angel Reese complains about Clark's spotlight. Reality check, fans don't tune in for sloppy play and social media antics. Clark drives interest, sells tickets, and captures attention. Reese? Mostly eye rolls.
We'll find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings, because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is validated.
Stephen A.'s anger didn't appear overnight. He's watched the WNBA squander momentum for months. Cheryl Swoops throwing jealous shade, Angel Reese turning every microphone into a pity party, and Commissioner Engelbert acting like Clark's stardom was random luck. In reality, Clark's the engine keeping the league in headlines and conversations everywhere.
Ask me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Commissioner Engelbert's approach borders on comedy. The league finally lands a generational star who can lift it into mainstream relevance, yet leadership responds with bland statements and zero protection. Clark takes constant punishment while officials look away. It's like finding treasure and trading it for costume jewelry. A masterclass in incompetence.
Just when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
Stephen A. Smith is shouting, "I told you so" from the rooftops, and he's earned it. He's been saying all along that Caitlin Clark isn't just a star of the WNBA, she is the WNBA. Without her, the league sinks back into irrelevance. Now she's sidelined, and the WNBA is scrambling to explain how their golden goose got battered. During his rant, Stephen A. spelled it out. Clark is the magnet drawing millions. Protect her, ride the momentum, stop pretending this is about equal shine. Clark is carrying the league. If you can't see that, you don't deserve the benefits.
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season, because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records this year, that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the Indiana Fever?
The numbers tell the story. Clark's debut drew 2.7 million viewers, the most watched WNBA game on ESPN. That wasn't luck, it was a generational star announcing herself. She brought new fans, sold out arenas, and mainstream buzz. The league's response? Downplay her impact, as if admitting her dominance hurt others. Instead of protecting and promoting their biggest draw, leadership buried her shine with weak marketing and hollow gestures. Clark lifted the WNBA, but the league tripped over its own ego.
Tide lifts all boats. And if this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that, then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2 weeks.
Stephen A. saw this disaster coming. Clark's rise was obvious while the commissioner downplayed it, Reese played the victim, and refs ignored cheap shots. Now Clark is sidelined, the WNBA is panicking, and Stephen A. is hammering them with the truth. Clark wasn't just another rookie, she was the league's lifeline, its lottery ticket. Instead of protecting her, they treated her like anyone else, and now the cost is brutal. His message is simple: you had one job, protect Caitlin Clark, and you blew it. Without her, the WNBA risks losing everything. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story.